The equipment you will need for today will be your glove and your weapon. Let's start immediately with the warm-up. We will start simply with a little jog in place for 30 seconds. So let's begin. As I jog in place, I'm going to loosen my shoulders, shake my hands a little bit, and try to find my pace, a pace at which I feel my body warming up without getting tired. So just getting things to move, getting the joint to loosen a little bit, maintaining a light landing on the ground. And I relax. I'm going to shake it out and use the opportunity to warm up my shoulders a little bit with wide circles, one direction between 5 and 10. And I will then switch direction, again wide circles, opening back now, same thing between 5 and 10 repetitions. And I loosen, and I'm going to get back to jogging for 30 seconds. As I jog now, I'm going to work small extend to stretch a little bit that shoulder in a motion that's a little more similar to my extend motion when I fence. Right, then left, nice and relaxed. Still landing light on my feet. And I relax. All right, back to warming up my shoulder. I'm going to now go up, cross, down and cross. So slightly different motion, stretching different muscles than my wide circles. And again, I'm going to go for about 10 repetitions. And I will, after 10 repetitions, switch. Now open and cross in front of me. Open and cross. A little bit of a hug type of motion with my arms as I go around both shoulders, keeping my arms wide. Same thing, about 10 of these, and I relax. Let's start working a little bit of my side movement. I'm going to jog for about 3-4 seconds, then flex my legs and work 2 steps to the side. And again, jog, relax for about 3 to 4 seconds. Plant my feet and move to the side. 1, 2, 3, I flex and I move. 1, 2, 3, I flex and I move. 1, 2, 3, I flex, I move. 1, 2, 3, I flex, I move. I'm going to go for about 10 reps again. Flex, move. And nice and loose, flex, move. I'm going to do 2 more, maintaining the loose shoulders, flex and move. On these side steps, I try to keep my feet parallel and flat on the landing, and I loosen. All right, before switching to my next series of movement, I'm going to spread my legs a little bit and work a little stretches on each side. So I keep one leg straight, I bend the other one slightly, and I bring the knee forward as I bend this leg. Okay, which is going to help me to stretch, preparing for my lunges later in the training. So right to left, left to right. I do a little bit of both. It's a moderate stretch for now, and I relax. Let's go back to lateral movement, and in order to stretch different muscles now, I will work my 2-step to the side, and on the change of direction, cross one leg in front of the other, just as if I would pass a ball in a soccer game to a partner to the side. Up. So 2-step, cross, 2-step, cross. Nice and relaxed. As I kick that ball to the side, I raise the opposite hand. So when my left foot kick right, right hand goes up. Right foot kick left, left hand goes up. Having a little bit of coordination and balance control this way. So I'm going to do that for about 30 seconds. I can go a little higher with my foot as I feel more warmed up. Not too high. Again, the idea is to get my body started for today. No need to go crazy on these warm-ups. And I relax. During my relaxed time, I'm going to move my elbows a little bit. So I turn inside, palms finish up. I turn back toward the outside, palms up again. So up, up, stretch elbows, forearms this way. And I will go back to side steps with this time a work on the knee wave. So knee wave, we've done it before. Relax. On my general direction, my knee is going to cross over, and I'm going to open the hip and land into the movement. So crossover, turn, and move as I land. So let's go again, about 30 seconds. I try to make that motion nice and control. I can move the knee higher to add a little bit of stretch to it. But most of all, I want that circle, that opening of the hip to be nice, wide, and control. Again, to loosen joints, stretch muscles, and I relax. I'm going to warm up my wrist a little bit this time during my relaxed time. So rotate wrist one direction and switch. You can do it arm extended. You can do it arm bent. For coordination purpose, you can try to work extending and bringing back and loosen. All right, my next leg warm up, again, 2-step to the side, and this time I'm going to do my skating move, bring one leg behind the other and flex the foot that's still on the leg that's still on the ground. So up, skate behind on the change of direction. 1 and 2. I can work more or less flex on the leg that's supporting my weight. Again, it's adjusted based on my skills, flexibility, comfort level, and it can be adjusted as I feel more warmed up through the sequence. So again, 30 seconds. Up. Can do a couple more. Lost track of time a little bit and relax. I'm going to go back to a stretch toward my lunge. So I spread my feet a little more this time, and I'm going to execute the same type of stretch. I now go slightly lower as my legs are more apart, and I'm going to bring that knee a little more forward. So the more forward I go with this knee, the lower I bend and lunge. All right, but I keep the focus on self-assessment, getting a feel for how I feel. I don't want to overstretch yet. Okay, I'm just warming up and I relax. Let's go over our 3 legs exercise one more time. So we start with the passing the ball. So let's go. I'm gonna go for 30 seconds. nice and light every time I land my feet. Huh? It's mostly the toes that work as they push and land first. My heels are barely touching the ground. They're just landing light in order to support my weight. But I do not push, no land on the heels. Relax. Quick shoulders again during the downtime between my legs exercise. And now we get back to my knee waves next. Let's go. Bring up and open. Up and open. One thing I did not mention yet is also the breathing. I breathe as I work, keeping my chest up. They are harder to do when you talk, but on your side of the screen you should be able to remain quiet, relax, and focus on that breathing. All right, if I need a little bit of ankle warm-up or knee warm-up, my legs exercises should be a good amount of warm-up for knees and ankles, but you may know of some weaknesses on your side, so you can do additional work to prevent any trouble later on. Okay. And finally, back to my skating motion. This one especially is also a good way to work on my balance as I try to stabilize the position when I reach my maximum stretch. Good work for my knee, my ankle, and also my core, as I try to maintain my upper body still to not influence my balance. And I relax. And I will finish with one more stretch on my lunge. I'm going to put my hand on my hip for now. Focus on that chest up. I'm going to work a small lunge. So you see I only stretched. I did not push. I only stretched. So my back foot stayed in place. Only my front foot reached. That's the difference between the stretch and the push. And I work a little swing to slowly stretch these muscles. And while I may only lunge one direction when fencing, stretching the other side can be very useful. So I'm going to turn my feet, adjust a little bit the reach since I'm likely to be less flexible on my opposite hand, and I'm going to work a similar motion of little swings, little stretch, and go back to my good side, my right side, and relax. All right, so today's focus is going to be on small sequences, mostly relying on the check back. So let's begin with a simple base of 2 advance, 2 retreat. So let's get on guard, and we're gonna start by getting a good flex on the legs, making sure my hands are in place. So if I have my glove and weapon, now would be a good time to grab them. And while I focus on this glute on guard position, elbow and tuck, I'm going to make sure the space between my feet remain consistent and the flex on my legs remain low. So working 2 advances, 2 retreat. Nice and slow. Again, it's all about making that base as solid as possible. So to advance, I pause a little bit. To retreat, my eyes are focused straight ahead as they would be during the bout. And I should be able to visualize my feet. I should not have to look at my feet to see where they are. Now, if I have a doubt, I can pause once in a while, check, and adjust. And I relax. If I have a mirror or window in front of me, I can look at myself through the mirror and have this way also the ability to assess my position. So we're going to do a second series of these to advance to retreat. Again, main goal, stability, precision, arms in place, ready. So let's go to advance, to retreat, to advance, to retreat. I make sure that the two advances are complete before I switch to my retreat. And same thing, both retreat complete before I switch to advance. By complete, I mean both feet are done, moving, stable, flat on the ground. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. I work that for 30 to 45 seconds, and that should be enough to build some tensions in my legs, and I relax. For my next set of footwork, I will stay on the same base of two advance retreat. I'm going to add a check step. So check back after my two advances, a check forward after my two retreat. So I'm back to my starting position. I will work my two advances, pause for a second and check back. And again, I pause, I work my two retreat, check forward. On the check back and check forward, so you can start doing it, my foot checking does not go too far to maintain my legs flexed, able to push. So on the check back, my front foot check, my front leg push back. On the check forward, my back foot check, my back leg push forward. So again, we maintain the sequence, no rush, precise on every piece of footwork. Two retreat are good, check forward. Two advances, check back. I stay on that check for about half a second. And what I do, as I stay on this check for about half a second, I get a feel for this tension building in the leg and the energy building up. So as I check, I also load power to be ready to release that power. Release that power. Retreat, check, release. Two advances, check, and release. I'm going to shake it out for a little bit. And I'm going to work the same sequence a second time. To advance, check back, to retreat, check, forward. So let's get back in position. Again, good stance before you start. And let's go. Two advances, check, and back. To retreat, check, forward. Two advances, check, back. To retreat, check, forward. Two advances, check, back. To retreat, check, forward. Keep going with that sequence. I change my position so you may see that my upper body is almost still. I'm maintaining my arms in position, maintaining my head up, and my focus looking straight forward. I shake it out. Alright, so I'm going to add now a arm motion. For the first sequence, using my arm, I'm going to simulate a counter-attack. In that base of movement, advance, advance, check, back, the good timing for the counter-attack would be following the check. There's two reasons for that. The first one is a distance covenant. I get closer to the target, I get a little closer to the target, then I can hit that target. Okay? The check, if well done, also allows me from that counter attack to immediately push. And my back leg is already in position to get away, slightly behind. The power is in the front leg, that's why I needed to retreat. I can hit and get out immediately. So let's do it together. Our sequence is going to be 2 advances, check, counter attack, so full extent, to retreat. And I'm going to relax again. Advance, advance, check, counter attack, to retreat. Advance, advance, check, counter attack, to retreat. I maintain my extend all the way until my second retreat is complete. Check, hit, get out, reset the hand last. Again, check, hit, get out, reset the hand. Light, strong, and power. Again, light on the feet, strong on the extend, powerful on the getaway. Hit, get away. Hit, get away. And I relax. Give my legs a little break. And I will work the same sequence a second time to really get that coordination and timing in my head. From repetition, you're building muscle memory, you're building habits in your head. So a little too much repetition does not hurt as long as you execute the motion correctly. So let's get back to it. 2 advances, my check, my counter attack, and my getaway. And I reset. Again, 2 advances, check, counter attack, getaway. 2 advances, check, counter attack, get away. 2 advances, check, counter attack, get away. Up, get away. 2, check, counter attack, get away. Up, get away. Up, up. And there's no rush for now. I'm focusing on balance, on timing. Check, counter attack, get out. Let's do a couple more. Up, up. I reset every time. Up. And I relax. If I can make my series longer, might as well do it, as long as I maintain a good flex. And if I need to reset, I have to be clear on stopping, relaxing, then getting back to work. I don't want to reset as I do it and work bad repetitions this way. All right, so little change from my check now. Instead of counter attack, I'm going to get away first and work a parry at the end of my motion. So the idea here is to use that distance in the check to invite, then get away to parry. And what I will do in that situation is try to delay my parry the latest possible to get my opponent the closest possible for my riposte to work. So 2 advances, work my check and retreat, parry. So my parry is going to work. 1, 2, at the end of that second retreat, on the front foot of that second retreat. To advance, check, my arm is ready, and leg parry. And I reset. Advance, advance, check, get out, parry. Check, get out, parry. What I can do to really focus on that coordination is on the 2 retreat, focus more on this front foot and float the front foot a little bit on the second retreat. Check, retreat, retreat, parry. I may need to do that to really link that parry with my front foot. And once I'm confident I got the coordination down, I will not float that front foot anymore, simply work the timing of the parry. And I relax, I'm going to shake it out. I will do a second set. I will change my parry this time to parry 6 and parry 8. I will mix up in the series. If I decide to mix up, I will decide which parry I'm going to execute even before I start my advances. Alright, I build my action. It's an action in which I draw the opponent with a plan of defense. So I should pre-plan which parry I'm going to use. So let's start. I work my 2 advances, my check, retreat, retreat, parry 6, and I reset. Advance, advance, check, retreat, retreat, parry 6. We'll work parry 8 next, up, retreat, retreat, parry 8, and I reset. Up. And I'm going to mix every 2. So back to 6. 6 and 8 on my next one. Check, parry, and I reset. Again. Give the distance, get out, and defend. Give the distance, get out, and defend. Give the distance, get out, and defend. I'm going to do a few more. I'm still maintaining a good flex on my legs. Last 2, parry 6, now we finish with parry 8, and reset and relax. Alright, in the next 2 series, we are going to involve the back leg a little more. So from the check of the front foot, so I will work the same base, 2 advances, check my front foot. I'm also going to check with my back foot. And in order to trick the opponent, confuse the opponent a little more, we are going to work a double check with that back leg. So let's work just on that for now. From your on guard position, you are going to check the front foot, then check the back foot. So far, nothing you haven't done before. From that double check, I'm going to check again with the back leg. So my back leg went 1 check, 2 checks. It's still flex. It's still ready to go any direction. I could push forward, I could retreat. But that back leg had now 2 movements hinting toward a retreat. So let's do 10 reps of just that. On guard position, check front foot, check back foot again. And once you did your second check of the back foot, make sure you still flex and reset. Check, 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 and reset. Check, 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 still flex. Reset. Check, 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 and reflex. Check, and check again. Of course, I work lower my leg as I spread the stance. Otherwise, I will not maintain a good load in my legs. Check, check, I'm ready to push any direction. Check, check, and I reset. Again. Front foot, back foot, And I reset. Front foot, back foot. My center of balance, I'm going to pause there. You can keep doing it if you want. My center of balance is still in the middle. As I went lower and lower on my legs, I did not lean forward. I maintained a good balance. Again, because I want to hide which direction I will be moving from there. Could be forward, could be backward. I don't want my opponent to read that. So back into a sequence. How are we going to use that for the defense? I work my 2 advances as before. I'm going to check my front foot, my back foot once, twice, and from there I will work my defense. So I'll let you decide here. From that front, back, back, do you want to retreat, parry? Option 2, from that front, back, back, do you want to counter-attack, get away? Or combine the two. Check, 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 counter-attack, and parry. Could be either of these 3. I'm going to work counter-attack and parry to involve my arm twice in the sequence. So let's do it together once. 2 advances. I check front foot, check back foot again, counter-attack, get out, and parry with that front leg. Again. Advance, advance, check, feint the back foot, hit, defend. Again. Advance, advance, check, 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 hit, defend. And I reset. I pretend I do it, and I get out. Again, check, check, hit, get out. Check, check again, hit, and get out. Come back in distance, I fake again, and I activate the plan. Fake, fake, hit, and activate the plan. Hit, activate the plan. And I relax. All right, we talked a few minutes ago about the idea to hide the intention. Am I going to go back, or am I going to go forward from that double feint with my back foot? So let's work now a situation in which we move forward. Same base of getting in distance with 2 advances and a check forward. From there, I'm going to fake that hint, that backward motion, and work advanced lunge or lunge, could be either one. So let's start with advanced lunge to help bring power also from the motion. So advance, advance, check, feint, feint, push, and I relax. I'm going to reset. Again, I get in distance, I work my fakes, then commit. And I relax. I'm still low, push. Advance, check, check again, commit. One thing I haven't mentioned yet is my extend. I will, of course, here blast my extend as I work the forward motion. I'm trying to catch the opponent on a specific timing, so I don't want to delay my arm and my tail. Check, check, advance switch, and I relax. I'm going to work the same series with a simple lunge. So my back leg is faking twice but still loaded, ready to catch the opponent immediately. I would use the simple lunge if my opponent is close enough for me to hit him. And I make sure again to commit that extend. So 2 advances, check, I fade once, twice, boom, and I commit. So remember previous video in which we focus on the arm. My shoulder is relaxed as I work my preparation. Advance, advance, check, check, check. My shoulder relaxed to be ready to put speed and intent in my extend. Advance, check, 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 and push. And recover. Okay. Advance, check, 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 and push. And recover. Check, check, and push. And recover. Again. I forgot one of the checks. I'm going to do it again. Advance, advance, check, 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 and push. And relax. Alright, for my very last series, I will simply demonstrate an alternate version of this last drill that will make some of you probably happy, which is the Flèche. The big thing here is that nothing's very different. I work my 2 advances, I work my fakes with the feet. I'm still loaded on the legs. My center of balance is still ready to work into that Flèche and commit toward the target. So I'll do just a couple for demonstration purpose, and I will let you work your series on your own. So get in distance, shoulder is relaxed, check, check, and from here, push and get toward the target. As I push my Flèche, my arm really commit and pulls me toward that target. Again, check, 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 push toward that target. And that concludes my work for today. So I encourage you to do that workout a few times this week. 2 or 3 times would be good. And as you do it, what's very important is for you to visualize the bad situation. Not do your footwork in an abstract way, but visualize your footwork being used in a bad situation. You can think about where on the strip you're going to do it. You can think of what is your opponent going to do as you do it, or what would be patterns your opponent has that would make you decide to use these actions. Okay, so if you have comments on that, I would love to hear from you. Post it in the comment section of this video. If you find it useful, please like it and subscribe to our channel. Until my next video, keep up the good work. See you.